Many of us believe in the traditional way of learning, as many have gone through the system and have come out the other way successful. But there is a certain percentage of people that believe in alternative ways of learning. And once they have figured out the recipe, they take everyone else with them. Such person that we're talking about today is Dr. Bushomane of Khabo Cars. In this particular segment, he shares about his challenges growing up, learning, and how he has taken those challenges and turned them into the success that he is today. Nagalina Kipulem Mulebatsi, and this is Stories Untold. Let's continue with our show.
I grew up loving cars, though there was no car at home. And when I checked the way backyard mechanics are working on cars, and my aim was to have a car when I grow up, I decided there and then when I was in standard 4 that I'm going to be a mechanic because I want to repair my car the way it should be repaired, not the way I saw others doing it. I failed sub A, sub B. I failed standard 6. I repeated standard 9 because now I started maths and science, leaving history and geography. Then I also repeated standard 10. However, after that, I went to TUT. It was then Mabopane East Technicon. But because of the strikes, I quickly moved to Sotego, which was Soshangube Technical College. That's when I did my N1, N2, and N3. So from there, I got the apprenticeship at Toyota, where I spent 4 years as an apprentice, and then 3 years working as an artisan. From there, I changed to teach motor and maths at Soshangube Technical High School for 2 years, after which I went to Pretoria West College of Engineering, now called Tshwane South Tibet College. I was there in the workshop, and I was only giving evening classes 2 days, 2 nights a week, where I even broke the college record. The highest they got ever since the college opened was 67%, but teaching only 2 evenings, I started with 94.7%, and it was 94-95 until I was taken over by Mercedes-Benz South Africa. First 3.5 years, I was training their passenger car mechanics, and then the latter 5 years, I was coordinating learnerships and skills programs. That's when I started interacting with the sitters, how they work, and I always saw this gap between education and industry. And whenever I was talking to people saying, but we can work within this gap and make a difference, I will get negative answers. But there was a time when I said, no, let me go out and just do it. And today, we opened Khabo Cars. I registered it in 2001 when I was at the college. I said I will use my trade. Hence, today we have Khabo Cars, and which has already produced 125 motor mechanic artisans from Soshangube Township, and 36 of them are ladies. It just shows it can actually be done. We have various streams now. The normal stream will be learners that come from Tibet College. They have done their theory N1, N2, they can go up to N6. But our criteria here at Khabo Cars, if you have N1 and N2, 4 subjects, you qualify as long as you are between 16 and 24 years. We earlier took even those that are 30, but when you combine the 19-year-old and the 30-year-old, we realized things are not working well. And the other stream is when you pass your technical matric. Now that the curriculum changed, I think 3-4 years back, that curriculum is now at the level where they don't need to go and do N1, N2, and N3. with the technical matric, they qualify to be taken as apprentices. Now the third stream is the one that we just created last year with the learners coming from the special schools, because we don't want to leave them behind. We want to continue with this model for 3 years. They come here. Our main business is to service, repair and maintain vehicles, just like what the dealerships are doing. We are workplace approved by Mesita. We are the affiliate of RMI. So what we do while we're doing servicing, repairing and maintaining vehicles, we are also taking the learners for on-the-job training, and we work with them, with the mentor, showing them, working with them for them to gain skills and experience, still under the supervision of the qualified mentor. We do that for 3 years. We have the 50 TVET colleges in the country with various campuses going up to 273. But every month, every 3 months, every 6 months, every year, depending on the program, theorists are qualifying, but they need the practical model where they can apply that theory, gain skills and experience so that they can go and qualify as artisans to play the meaningful role in the economy of the country and also for personal growth. And having qualified several, we also noticed that there are those that cannot make it academically. Some who are lucky end up going to the special schools, and then after year 4 or level 4 at the special school, the basic education now exceeds them. Now, instead of getting to the higher education in the form of TVET colleges, they don't even comply, they don't meet the minimum criteria for getting into the TVET colleges. Now, it means they are stuck between basic and higher education. So what we did in 2021 on the 3rd of May, after lengthy discussions with the young ones and their parents, because they will come here and plead. For some years we were rejecting them, but then we said, no, if we're pushing these people away, where will they go? There's no dustbin for a human being. So we decided, no, let us take them in, let us create a special program for them. And then we started training them. I mean, they even passed their N1, which they did not even qualify for as the entry level for TVET college. They are busy now with their N2, and we have learned a lot ourselves. By training them, we were also learning a lot from them. So we are saying, if we can get more support and to develop, there are so many of them who are dropping out. We have the age policy at the schools. When people fail, then according to the age policy, they need to leave school. But where are they going to? So if we can create more so that they can be trained at their own pace with the full support, I think they can play a meaningful role in the economy of the country. And then we can reduce this high unemployment.
Kikini skolo Mpumalanga. So kikini grade 10, kai pitile ki viseri labis 2. So ka bonor ne ko skolo like ki slow like gilena slow. So ka bonor ne ere ke nyaka skolo se leng gore se tshwanetseng ka bonor ne nna ke gona dilo tsa matsogo di practical di tse di dira ka matsogo e fihla mo bra ina push
Teppo indeed has raw talent when it comes to working with his hands. He built a hydraulic crane out of scrap material and was even invited to an expo to show off his brilliant work.
So kila ra bampisa ku expo ka nna ka create crane. So crane ya ka na bampotsa rene crane a we good mara a o khono we boledisa ka English. So no o bene le ntwele gore like o tlo khono tlhalosa gore o itirile byang ka English wa eba. So ya ba le gore English e ne ntshwenya mola le mola wa eba. So a ka bona gore ne e re ke tle ko Soshanguve ke tlo nya ka sekolo se leng gore ke tla ba sela meshana le nna like ekele ka mogolo ke leng ka teng wa bona so ka tla mo Mr. Bosch a mputsisa hore why o le mo o nyoko ba eng o motho mo byang ke eng e leng go ka yona so na ka mo tsore na ke kgone create anything like o ka mbotsa anything or o nyaka ntwe byang ka no I create as long wena o mbotsa hore o nyaka ntwe so I can create it.
Where there's a will, there is a way, and that has been a principle for those that have struggled with traditional ways of learning. And that, as a point of departure, they've been able to locate leaders such as Dr. Bushumane of Khabo Cars, who's constantly working with them to realize their full potential. That is demonstrated in this segment. Let's have a look.
We have two learners who come from Maliboho West Circuit, where I was called to talk about career awareness, career guidance, career development. They showed me this young guy who made a car as well. I saw it the previous year on Sowetan. I didn't know where in Limpopo he was, only to find when I went to that circuit, he was from that area. I ended up going to his place, checking the cars that he made, talking to the mother. He doesn't have the father, no one works at home. I ended up in 2 weeks' time taking him because he's also battling at school. I talked to the principal. He said we are just pushing him because he's not actually passing. Now he was in grade 11. I asked if he was going to pass. They said no, just going to push him. Now we took that young man and his friend who they are of the same caliber. We trained them at their own pace. They have both passed N1. Now we are busy training them on N2, but at their own pace. So the same as that car that you saw in there. We have so many people who are talented, but the education system is not talking to them.
Khabo Car's apprentice Manti is a prime example of those who are empowered at this car workshop. Her learning disability meant that she was counted out by most, but not at Khabo Cars.
I was struggling with reading and also writing. And then it was not nice for me because it also makes me to as if like I can drop at school because of I was failing, repeating the one class for maybe 2 times, 3 times. And then sometimes because of the age, they will also push me to go to another standard, you know. Then my teacher pick up that and take me there to one of the special school. I didn't diagnose this because of the teacher pick up that to the class. So because of I was struggling with writing and spelling, I didn't finish at school. I dropped it. I dropped it because of my parents. They couldn't also play. I don't remember, maybe my mom or my father helped me to do the homework, you know. So it was so difficult for me. And also my parents on that moment, they were thought maybe I'm doing like I was lazy, but they didn't understand the situation I was in. And then after that, I went to night school to do grade 1, like with the grandmothers. I was the youngest with the old women. It was tough for me on that moment. Also, I thought that maybe I was not ready to show myself who I am because I was always closing myself about this, and then I also dropped.
After hearing about the life-changing environment at Khabo Cars, Manti still had to fight for her place among the students.
So I did call, and then Dr. Bosch refused me. I pushed, and when I start to call, I say, hi, sir, how are you? Say, hi, how are you? Said, I hear about Khabo Cars school and what. I said, yes, it's about your son or your daughter. I know, you are a parent. Yes, I know, it's all about me. Not my child or nothing of my child, it's me. I know, I don't take adult. I know, but I need this. I need this because of I've been want to do this. I've been want to do this. Please take me. I say no, I don't want you. I don't take the parents. I say no, please, I'm begging you. So I say no. Let me just give you a chance, and we'll see.
Tsumarelo is a pilot in the police service. This young lady's journey was touched by Dr. Bushumani's influence.
I have always wanted to be a pilot with all my heart, but I didn't really know what it meant to be a pilot, what it required. I just saw planes in the sky and I wanted to be on one. I don't know how. Yeah, so fortunately I was blessed to be sponsored, and I went through the program. I did my private pilot license, commercial pilot license, all sponsored, and now I'm full-time employed, so which rarely happens. So yeah, it was tough, I don't want to lie. I was studying my mechanical engineering diploma at UNISA. Because I'm working full-time, I kept on looking for places to do my practicals. I couldn't find any. And on a random day, I just saw a post by my friend of mine who's a musician, Delta, I believe. So she told me that there's a workshop in Soshanguve, which is not so far from where I live. And I was like, oh, okay, let me just try them out. Maybe they can help me, because I saw young people at the workshop in the background of the picture. I got Mr. Bosch's number and I called him. He asked me for my CV. We had an interview. It was a different kind of interview. I had never had an interview like that in my life. The first question he asked me was, what's your name? What does it mean? Tell me about your family. That was different. Anyway, then he allowed me to come here. He gave me the opportunity to do my practical P1 which is required for me to complete my mechanical engineering diploma.
Untold, don't worry, we are not over yet. In this particular segment, we look at the impact that Dr. Bushumani has had in his community, and this has forced other social entrepreneurs to stop and take notice. Boy, are they inspired. This has also caused a ripple effect. Let's see.
He's got his saying as well, sorry, where he says there is no dustbin for human beings. You know, that as well nearly brought me to tears. You know, people will run away from people who has been a write-off. They will run away. But Isaac does not run away. He goes to those people and says, listen, you are a human being and you are going to achieve what you want. And that's what impressed me about Isaac, that his humbleness in looking into humanity and mix it with business is a winning combination. If you want to serve the community, be pure and precise and straightforward. Once you base your life on that, you must know the community is going to respect you and they're not going to judge you that this person is taking us for a ride. And that's what you want. You want to be on the community side, and in turn, the community must be on your side as well.
The impact of Dr. Bushumani's wonderful nature can be heard in the voices of those he has taken under his wing as they speak of him so fondly.
He made me to believe, well, you can believe to yourself. You can do with this. The things I never thought I will do it. Because him, now, I believe I can. The things I'm smiling, like lots of people, like I never thought I would be happy though I am now. And I really appreciate it to meet him.
Mr. Bosch is my mentor. He's more than just the owner of this workshop. Yeah, he's making a great difference in people's lives. he gives back to the community and he encourages people to give back with the little that you have wherever you are. When I came here, I was hopeless in a way because I had been going around for quite some time, for I think 6 months to 6 to 8 months, looking for a place to do my practicals, and no one would even listen to me. I would come knocking on people's doors, sending out my CVs. No one would call me back, but just one call, and he said, "Okay, I'm available on this day. When are you available?" Anytime. And I came here, I had the interview, and he said, "Come on Saturday." As easy as that. And that was, after searching for so long, it was different for me. But then I came to learn that that's who he is.
Manti has words of wisdom for those who are facing difficulties similar to hers.
I know it's not easy, but it's time to shout, seek for help. It's time people know, so we are struggling and accept us the way we are. We are not the crazy people or what. Do you understand? So I'll give them the advice. Do something. Go to nice school. Google it to do 101 classes. If you can't go to nice school, there's people that will help you.
Like mo taxing re tswa school or something. Ka mo ga rena rena le mo leng gore rena le bus stop tsa rena. Wena o tlo fologa mo o kena o setse o le one mara se sala bus stop ya hao e teng e tlo fihla taxi mo tsone ro folose go teng le wena o tlo fologa e tshwanela ka mpo bophelo bo ya ka step by step.
Tsumarelo believes that your gender does not determine the heights you can reach in male-dominated industries.
In this industry, well, in the motor industry and being a pilot, it's similar industries where they're predominantly male dominated, but we just have to do what we have to do. I mean, we are all reading the same book, we're all working on the same car. There are power tools. You don't really need to use all your power and might. Technology has made this work easier. And I encourage more ladies to go into these spaces and do what you love. As if you love what you're doing, you will have fulfillment.
So it's a challenge for every one of us. It's not only the government challenge. That's why instead of complaining, we are taking it upon ourselves to do something, to go to government and say, we are doing this little, we need your support. Private sector, we are already doing something. Can you help us to cover the greater space? Rather than just sitting and folding arms and just blaming, that won't change anything. We are not blaming, we are doing the best we can. We use what we have, where we are, to try to make an impact.
And on that note, we end our show here for today. Be sure to tune in, same time, same place, for yet another great, inspiring stories. The only way we do it, right here on Stories Untold. From myself, Pule Molebatsi, and the rest of the incredible team that makes it all possible. It's a goodbye.